Hello out there, my friends and allies. This is Eric, your course coordinator for OnRamp's Computer Science 302, here today to talk to you about defining user input in a Scratch program. Our goal today is going to be to get Scratch the Cat to move around the screen according to me pressing the arrow keys on the keyboard. Now, as always, when we start off, we go over to the Events tab right here and we drag out when flag is clicked. This is our starter block that all code in Scratch is going to begin with. Now, we need to be checking for user input all the time. And we're going to accomplish this by going over to Control, and we're going to drag out a forever loop. This means that whatever is inside of this bracket right here will repeat until the program stops. Inside of this forever loop, we're going to need to tell Scratch what keys to listen for. And in order to do that, we're going to use this if-then statement right here. This is called a conditional. I'm going to take this conditional and I'm going to put it inside of the forever loop. We need to tell Scratch what exactly it's going to be listening for right here. So that's under sensing. I'm going to click that, and one of the options is key blank pressed. I'm going to drag this over and put it inside. You'll notice that the shape of the blocks match one another. I'm going to drag it and drop it in there. And the key that I want to start off with, we'll just say the up arrow. So if the up arrow is pressed, then do whatever's inside of this conditional. So this block is telling Scratch that if it senses that the user has pressed the up arrow on the keyboard, that it needs to do some action, whatever is going to be contained within this if statement. And we know that that means for us that we move the cat up on the screen. So to do that, let's go over to motion, and there's two blocks that we're going to need to move over. The first is point in direction. So we need to tell the cat what direction he's going to be facing and therefore moving. If you click the down arrow here, you can see that one of the options is up, so we're going to point in direction up, which corresponds to 0 in a 360-degree circle. And then we're going to tell the cat to move a certain amount of steps. Let's just say 5. And now we can go over and press the green flag to test it. I'm going to press the up arrow on the keyboard, and sure enough, the cat moved up. Now we could recreate that similar block of code 3 more times for the right, left, and down arrow. But there's a shortcut for how to do that. I'm going to come over here to this block of code, the if key up arrow is pressed, then, and I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to hit duplicate. And that's going to copy the code, and now I can paste it several times in here. 4 times for my 4 directions. I say up, down, left, right, point in direction up, point in direction down, point in direction left, and finally point in direction right. Now when I start the program and I move Scratch around, you're going to see that he will move around on the screen like this, according to my user input. One more thing to note, if I go over here and click the I for information over the sprite, right now Scratch is set to rotate in a full circle. That looks kind of awkward. I'm going to click the middle icon right here. That just turns him left and right. If I click that and come back, now when he moves, you can see that he doesn't turn in a full circle. So that'll just about do it for this lesson. We learned that in order to make Scratch always listen for user input, we need to use a forever loop. And within that forever loop, we use what are called conditionals, or if-then statements. And we said that if some user input occurred, then do some action. And we defined what that was. So this has been Eric, your course coordinator for OnRamp's Computer Science 302, signing out. Until next time.